you just kind of have to like just jump in and do it.
Yeah. That's a common theme of like just start. But like, what did that look like for you? Like what from zero money to now I feel like I can charge for this?
So since I didn't even know how to work the camera, I just invested in doing a mentorship. So I just contacted another photographer that I knew, and I knew that she did boudoir and I knew she would help me. So I just paid for her mentorship program, and it is an investment, but it's definitely worth it because it basically like light speed jumps you into like the right direction, and you just get more instruction on like even the business side of things. You don't always have to YouTube your way into figuring out everything. You can ask for help. And so that's kind of how I started. And then right after that, I just the growth that I had in my photos, just with someone actually physically teaching me, just made my confidence like boost into the like, okay, I think I can actually charge people for these pictures because they are like pretty good, and it's only gotten better since then.
100%.
So, but yeah, and I definitely advocate for people like charging their worth. Like just because you're new doesn't mean that you can do pictures for like $10. Like you can charge more. You're never gonna be able to survive off of $10.
Yeah.
So
how did you get to a point where you're charging whatever your amount is? And if we can go into it and go that deep, what do you charge?
So my average sale is $1,500 for my basically 1 hour session. It does include a lot of different things in packages and things. But how I got to that route is that not only did I just get better at editing and like shooting and learning my camera and my style and everything, but I also just took a lot of time to like sit down on the business end and really go through my cost of doing business and like what my family needs. Like if you really want to be serious about it being a business, you not only have to be good at whatever the art is or the service you're providing, but you also have to be really realistic about like what your actual needs are, not only as a business, but as just a person.
Yeah.
So
it's like, do you do volume at 500 or do you do like high quality stuff at 1,500? That's a sliding scale, obviously, but like it does come with like the cost of doing business, which I urge like anyone who's just starting out, you have to figure that out.
You have to figure that out.
If you're not at that point where you have to figure that out, it's like, it's still a hobby. I feel like.
Yeah, it is. It really is still a hobby.
Until you need that money, it is like, I don't know.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously this is going to be totally different for every person, but like as a mom, I knew that there was no way I could do 15 shoots in a month. Like I just don't have time for that. So if I did, I could charge less, but I can't do that. So like I knew that about 6 to 8 shoots a month was probably my maximum amount, more around 6. And like that's good enough for me at the moment.
6 at 1,500, pretty good.
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying like,
and studio, so it's year round, you're not based on temperature, outside stuff.
The best thing about boudoir is like, you don't have to worry about it really. Even if it's raining and cloudy, doesn't matter. You can still do it. So
that's so awesome. I literally did not know how much you charged, and that's honestly so cool to hear that like you're at 1,500 price point. What are the deliverables for that? I mean, obviously there's a lot more that goes into like the experience. So what is the experience and what do you get for 1,500?
Okay, so you get your hair and makeup automatically in the package. That package would come with an album with at least 20 digital files. And then you get like access to my client closet, which has over 400 pieces of lingerie in all different sizes, shapes, colors. I have different add-ons that are bonus sets like honey and fun things. And then you get my prep guide. You get how like the posing experience that I have, my facial expression guidance, like just my experience in general. And then of course the professional editing. So it's more the experience and the time that it takes to do, because boudoir, when you are, half naked, like your skin, like editing is a lot different
Sure.
for like editing skin than it is for just like
You do
someone
like frequency
outside.
separation? Like, do you go that deep, or is it like less of
So
that?
I actually don't use any Photoshop, and I'm principled about this
Ooh, okay, go
because
for it.
I I just think that
It's more natural.
it's natural, and I also just I want the person to look at the photo and think this is me, not this is like some better
Airbrushed or
like version of myself that's like meant to be in a magazine or something. Like I want them to still see that little bit amount of flaws so that they actually like the flaw and not just like they're like, this is an awful thing that I have.
Sure.
Now, obviously, I do edit in like their skin a little bit with like people have pimples. They're not always there,
Yeah,
you know. But
I think I mean, a general rule of thumb I go by is like if it can be gone by 2 weeks, it's
Yeah.
something that can be edited
Yeah,
out. You know?
exactly.
I have a pimple on my forehead. I'm not going to say, oh, that's me. You
Yeah.
know, it's not. It's
Yeah.
something that comes and goes. So
yeah, so I do edit like their skin in terms of that stuff, but like I'm not gonna go and liquefy your body or anything like that to
Right.
change
Not
what you look
punching
like.
in
You know, like
yeah.
this is I want them to love who they are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
I mean, that's the whole point of boudoir, right? I mean,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's about like a little bit of self-empowerment.
Yeah, and a lot of people want to do a boudoir shoot at first because they have a partner or something and they think that, oh, my partner would really love these photos and things like that. But I really find that during the shoot, when they're feeling really good about it and they see the pictures afterward, that they really realize that like it was actually more for themselves too. So
Do you feel like
yeah.
that realization is a good majority of the time too, on top of that?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. That's probably why I get so many reviews too, because it's not the husbands or the boyfriends giving me the reviews. They're the ones that just take it upon themselves to do that,
Yeah.
because they had such a good time.